Ladies and gentlemen, you ever had someone in your life who just doesn't fit anymore? I'm talking about those people who've been holding you back, slowing you down, bringing nothing but negativity to your doorstep. It's time to let him go. You got to understand something, and I need you to hear me loud and clear. When God removes people from your life, you don't need to question it. You don't need to try to hold on. Let them go. We get caught up in this idea that we have to chase after people, that we have to beg them to stay. But what we don't realize is that God is protecting us. He sees what we can't see. He knows where we're headed, and He knows who we need to walk with us on that journey. If someone's been removed, it wasn't an accident. It wasn't random. It was divinely orchestrated, designed for your growth. You got to trust the process. Trust that what God is doing in your life is bigger than any temporary loss you feel. People come and go. Some people are meant to be with you for a season, others for a lifetime. You'll know the difference when you look back. So, if God's removing someone, it's because you're being prepared for the next level. You're about to be surrounded by people who lift you up, who challenge you to be better, who help you reach higher. Don't hold on to what's been taken from you. Let them go. Let them go so you can make room for what's next. Let them go so you can finally experience the peace you've been searching for. Let them go because you are worthy of more. You are worthy of better. You deserve the best. And sometimes that means cutting off those who drain your energy, those who don't see your worth, those who hold you back. When God removes people from your life, you better believe He's got a plan that's bigger than anything you could imagine. It's a plan of growth, of transformation, of new beginnings. And guess what? You don't need to know all the details. You don't need to have everything figured out. What you need is faith. Faith that God's timing is perfect, that He's aligning everything in your life for a reason. So when the time comes, when you realize it's time to let go, do it with strength. Do it with faith. Do it knowing that better is coming. You are not losing. You are gaining. You're gaining clarity. You're gaining peace. You're gaining your power back. You don't need to chase anyone. When God removes someone, let them go. It's not about them. It's about you. And your best is yet to come. Divine purpose is the reason we are here, the blueprint of our lives crafted by a higher power. It's something beyond our immediate understanding, often manifesting in ways we don't expect. We get so caught up in our day-to-day struggles, trying to make sense of relationships, career paths, and goals, but we forget that there's a greater plan at work. Sometimes God removes people from our lives because they no longer align with the purpose He has set for us. These individuals may have served their purpose for a season, guiding us, teaching us, or preparing us for what's ahead. But once that lesson is learned, their role in our journey fades. When people are removed, it's not just about them. It's about us stepping into a greater version of ourselves. God understands the depths of our potential, even when we are too caught up in distractions to see it. He knows where we're headed, and often we're not meant to take everyone with us. Some people might be holding us back from reaching our true potential, weighing us down with their own fears, insecurities, or doubts. God, in His wisdom, may remove these individuals to clear a path for us, to ensure that we're moving forward with the right people, the right energy, and the right mindset. This divine purpose is not always obvious. We may feel pain, confusion, or loss when people exit our lives, but it's in those moments of transition that we're often closest to stepping into the next chapter of our journey. God's purpose for our lives is always bigger than we can imagine. And when we trust in His plan, we begin to understand that the removal of people is simply part of the preparation for something greater. Growth and transformation are integral parts of our personal and spiritual journey. As we move through life, we constantly evolve, learning from our experiences, mistakes, and successes. The people who enter our lives often play a role in this transformation, but not all relationships are meant to last forever. Some people are in our lives for a season, serving as teachers, guides, or companions through specific chapters of our story. However, as we grow and mature, we may find that these people no longer fit into our narrative. They may have been crucial to our development at one point, but once we've outgrown the need for that particular influence, it becomes necessary for them to move on. This process of growth can be uncomfortable. Letting go of people can feel like a loss, a void that we're unsure how to fill. But in reality, this is a part of our transformation. It's a sign that we are stepping into new versions of ourselves, that we are no longer confined by past limitations or relationships that hold us back. Growth demands that we shed old layers of ourselves. Just as a snake sheds its skin to make room for a larger one, likewise, our personal growth requires us to let go of those who no longer contribute to our progress. Transformation isn't always easy, but it's necessary for us to evolve into who we are meant to be. The journey can feel lonely at times, but it's essential to recognize that each removal, each person who leaves, is creating space for new opportunities, new people, and new experiences. With every shift, we become closer to the person God intended for us to be, stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the life that's waiting ahead. Trusting the process is about surrendering control and having faith that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. We often want immediate answers, quick results, and reassurance that the decisions we make are the right ones. However, the journey of life doesn't always offer those guarantees. When people are removed from our lives, it can feel like we're losing something significant. We may want to fight it to force things back to the way they were, but the truth is that the process is working in our favor even when we don't understand it. The process involves a series of steps, some of which might be challenging or uncomfortable. There will be moments of doubt, times when you question whether you're making the right choices or if things will ever get better. But trusting the process means recognizing that there's a bigger picture you can't always see. God has a plan for your life, and though it may not make sense at the moment, everything is being arranged for your ultimate good. Each experience, each person who comes and goes plays a role in preparing you for what's to come. In those moments of uncertainty, it's important to remember that growth doesn't happen overnight. It's gradual. It's a series of small, sometimes difficult, changes that build up to a bigger transformation. Trusting the process means accepting that you're not in control of every detail, and that's okay. The path to your destiny is being carved out for you. You might not always understand why things happen the way they do, but you have to trust that everything is unfolding in its own time, and that in the end, it will all work out for your highest good. Self-worth is the fundamental belief that you are valuable, deserving of love, respect, and success. It's the inner knowledge that you don't need to prove your worth to anyone because you are already enough. Far too often, we look for validation from external sources, people, achievements, or material possessions to confirm our value. But the truth is, your worth is intrinsic. It doesn't depend on others' opinions or circumstances. It's rooted in who you are at your core. When God removes people from your life, it's an opportunity to reconnect with that inner truth. These people may have been in your life for a reason, but if they didn't treat you with the respect and love you deserve, their departure is a reminder that you are worthy of more. Holding on to people who don't value you only reinforces the message that you are not enough, but letting go is an act of reclaiming your worth. It's acknowledging that you deserve to be surrounded by people who see you for who you truly are, not people who take you for granted, manipulate you, or use you. Self-worth is a journey, not a destination. It requires constant reinforcement, particularly in the face of challenges and setbacks. Sometimes we may doubt ourselves or question our value, but it's essential to remember that your worth is not tied to your mistakes or past experiences. You are not defined by the people who leave or the ones who treat you poorly. Your value is constant. And when you learn to embrace it fully, you begin to make decisions that reflect your highest potential, choosing people, situations, and opportunities that align with the respect and love you have for yourself. Peace of mind is one of the most valuable and elusive things we can seek in life. It's the state of being free from constant worry, stress, and anxiety. It's about finding calm and clarity within yourself, no matter what chaos or challenges may be happening around you. When people who are no longer meant to be in your life are removed, it creates space for peace to enter. Holding on to toxic, draining relationships creates a constant emotional turmoil. Whether it's dealing with manipulation, unfulfilled promises, or unresolved conflicts, these connections prevent you from experiencing the serenity you deserve. Letting go of these people, while painful, opens the door to peace. You no longer have to expend emotional energy on situations that drain you or people who don't contribute positively to your life. It allows you to focus on what truly matters: your growth, your well-being, and your inner peace. When you're no longer tethered to negative influences, your mind can rest. The constant mental chatter about what's wrong in a relationship or why someone left can fade, allowing room for a deeper sense of calm to settle in. Peace of mind comes when you trust that everything is unfolding the way it should, even when it seems difficult. It's knowing that the removal of these people isn't an end, but a step towards a more peaceful, purposeful life. You begin to realize that holding on to what's not serving you only robs you of the emotional space needed to experience real peace. With each person that leaves, you create a deeper sense of inner balance, bringing you closer to the peace of mind that allows you to fully live in the present moment. Toxic relationships are those that consistently drain your energy, cause emotional distress, and prevent you from being your authentic self. They are marked by manipulation, disrespect, and negativity, leaving you feeling exhausted, unworthy, or even fearful. These relationships can take many forms, whether they are romantic, familial, or friendships, but the common thread is that they prevent you from growing and thriving. They often leave you questioning your value, second, guessing your decisions, and feeling stuck. The more time you invest in them, the more it becomes apparent that they do not contribute to your well-being or happiness. When God removes people from your life, especially those involved in toxic relationships, it's an act of divine intervention meant to protect you. These toxic individuals may have been in your life for a season, but they no longer serve your higher purpose. They might have been there to teach you something, or perhaps they were once a source of comfort, but now they only hold you back. It can be incredibly difficult to let go of someone who you once thought would always be there, but holding on to toxic relationships keeps you trapped in cycles of pain and self-doubt. The removal of these people is a form of liberation. It's about reclaiming your power, rediscovering your worth, and making space for healthier connections. Toxic relationships often rely on patterns of control or emotional manipulation, which leave you feeling small and powerless. When those people are removed, you're no longer bound by their negativity. You gain clarity, perspective, and the emotional freedom necessary to pursue relationships that nourish and uplift you. Letting go of toxic people isn't easy, but it's a crucial step toward healing and moving forward into a life filled with peace, self-respect, and genuine love. New beginnings are powerful opportunities for growth and change, offering a fresh start and a chance to rewrite your story. Life has a way of moving us through seasons, some beautiful, some painful. And when God removes people from our lives, it's often because a new chapter is about to begin. These moments of transition, though challenging, open the door to something better. The end of one relationship, whether personal or professional, is never the end of your journey. It's a redirection, a sign that there is more to come and that the next step is essential for your growth. New beginnings allow you to leave behind the old patterns, fears, and limitations that once held you back. When people who no longer serve your life's purpose are removed, you are free to discover who you truly are without the influence of negative energy or unhealthy attachments. These transitions may feel uncertain, but they are often necessary for your spiritual and personal evolution. It's a chance to heal, reflect, and build a new foundation for the life you are meant to live. With each new beginning, there is an opportunity for self-discovery. You can explore new passions, cultivate new relationships, and experience the world from a different perspective. The past, while valuable in its lessons, no longer defines who you are. Embracing new beginnings requires a mindset shift from one of fear and loss to one of excitement and possibility. It's about trusting that what lies ahead is far more aligned with your true self than anything you've experienced before. The people who leave your life make room for the people who will help you grow into the person you're meant to be. And in this space, new opportunities will begin to flourish. Faith over fear is a powerful choice that defines our ability to move forward despite uncertainty. Fear often arises when we face the unknown, when life presents us with challenges, changes, or the removal of people from our lives. It's natural to feel anxious or uncertain when something or someone we've relied on is no longer part of our journey. But it's in these moments of fear that faith must step in. Faith is not the absence of fear. Rather, it is the courage to act and trust even in the face of fear. When God removes people from your life, it can feel like a loss, and fear may rise up, making you doubt your worth or question the direction you're heading. But faith teaches us to trust that God's plan is always greater than our own understanding. He sees the bigger picture, far beyond the discomfort we may feel in the moment. Faith means trusting that He is guiding us towards something better, even when it's not immediately clear. It's about surrendering to the process and knowing that what may feel like a setback is often a setup for something greater. Fear can paralyze us, keeping us stuck in a place of comfort and familiarity, even if it's not where we're meant to be. Faith, however, allows us to take that leap into the unknown, believing that God is walking with us every step of the way. It's about letting go of the need for control and trusting that even when people leave, something greater is on the horizon. Faith over fear means choosing to move forward, knowing that every step taken in faith is a step toward the life God has designed for us. Strength and release is the quiet power that comes from letting go of what no longer serves you. It takes courage to release people, situations, or attachments that have been a part of your life, especially when those things have shaped you or held emotional significance. However, true strength lies not in clinging to what is familiar, but in the ability to walk away from what keeps you stagnant or hurt. Letting go is often seen as a sign of weakness, but in reality, it is one of the most empowering acts you can make. It requires deep inner strength to recognize that holding on to something that is no longer healthy or aligned with your higher purpose only keeps you from the growth and peace you deserve. When people are removed from your life, whether by choice or by circumstance, it can feel like a loss, but it's important to see it as a release of emotional baggage that no longer has room in your journey. Releasing people who have drained your energy, undermined your value, or held you back is a powerful form of self-respect. It's a sign that you are valuing your own peace, well-being, and purpose above the attachment to relationships that do not support your highest self. This process is often painful, but it is necessary for growth. The strength and release comes when you understand that by letting go, you are making space for new, healthier, and more fulfilling experiences. Releasing doesn't mean you don't care about those people. It means you care enough about yourself to choose what is best for your emotional and spiritual health. In letting go, you reclaim your power, you restore your peace, and you prepare yourself to walk into the next chapter with a clear heart and mind, ready for the blessings that lie ahead. Trusting in timing is one of the most challenging yet essential aspects of personal and spiritual growth. We live in a world that thrives on instant gratification and quick results, but the journey of life doesn't follow a timeline that we can control. There are moments when it feels like things aren't moving fast enough, when you're waiting for something or someone to align with your path and frustration sets in. But trusting in the timing of your life is about understanding that everything is unfolding exactly when it's meant to. Sometimes we are removed from situations or relationships not because of failure or misfortune, but because the timing just isn't right yet. God's timing is different from ours. He sees the full picture, the connections, the lessons, and the experiences that we need to go through in order to become the people we are meant to be. While we may feel impatient or unsure, trusting that there is a divine plan for our lives helps us navigate those moments of uncertainty with faith. People may leave, doors may close, and plans may change, but the timing is always precise. Sometimes things have to align in the right order, and we need to be in the right place mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to fully embrace what's meant for us. The truth is, when we try to force things to happen prematurely, we only delay the blessings that are already on their way. Trusting in timing means surrendering the need for control and accepting that our journey is unfolding as it should. It's trusting that everything we need, whether it's people, opportunities, or experiences, will come at just the right moment in a way that will serve our highest good and purpose. In the end, the journey of life is filled with unexpected shifts and changes, and the removal of people from your life, though difficult, is often part of a divine plan. Each of these moments holds the potential for growth, transformation, and deeper understanding. When people leave, it's an opportunity to trust in a greater purpose, to let go of what no longer serves you, and to make space for new beginnings. Faith over fear and strength in release allow you to move forward with confidence, knowing that every challenge and every person who exits your life is part of the bigger picture. Trusting in the process, in timing, and in your own worth will guide you through the uncertainty, reminding you that you are worthy of peace, love, and success. By embracing these transitions with faith, patience, and strength, you'll discover that every step, no matter how difficult, brings you closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be.